So just starting out, uh, you're an RN, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been an RN for?
I graduated my RN degree in 2015.
Okay. And do you enjoy being an RN or?
It's very rewarding. Yes, I do. I love my job.
That's fantastic. It, are there days where it's kind of hit and miss with you, or are you one of those RNs who love it absolutely every day?
Well, I've had days when I said I'm going to go back to bartending. It's a lot easier. I'm not going to lie.
I love that. That's
But it's
awesome.
always different the next day. So,
I can understand that. Uh, uh, do you ever go in and you're just picturing, you're going to have a good day, and it winds up being the exact opposite of what you envisioned?
no, because I don't ever have a bad day. But what I constitute a bad day is I'm in the bathroom in the fetal position crying and I can't take it anymore and I'm ready to quit. That's what I
Ah,
constitute a bad day.
okay, okay.
Um, I have busy days, a
Mhm.
lot of busy days, but I thrive on busy days.
Okay.
Are they easy days? No, sir. But saving lives is not easy.
Ah,
That's why not everybody can do it.
good way to put that. And you are
Mm-hmm.
right. Not everybody can do that job.
Mm-hmm. So I'll do what I can with the hands and feet the good Lord give me, and I'll do the best I can for the 12 hours I'm there. I'll go home and I'll take a nap and I'll get up and I'll do it all over again the next day.
That's
I do it five
fantastic.
days a week.
That is
So
fantastic. So you're one of the RNs who you took away just a whole lot of positivity from the role itself.
yeah, I love my job. I absolutely love my job.
That is
I mean,
fantastic.
it number one, the pay is phenomenal. If you want easy, go flop Whoppers at Burger King.
Right.
But you get paid to flop Whoppers. I get paid to save lives. There's a difference.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Do you have uh, you ever have to deal with what I call the crazy? Somebody comes in and they uh, slap you in the face or give you a nice, round of profanity that kind of dampens your day, or
Last Wednesday or Thursday, a 90-year-old man kicked me in the ribs twice,
oh, okay.
punched me in the face, punched me in the gut, cussed me like a sailor. So, yeah,
It's that's
it
just
happened.
one of those. Yeah, it happens,
It's
and
part of it. He
you know.
couldn't help it. He couldn't help it. He didn't know he was doing it. He couldn't help it at all.
Do you ever come across anybody that you were whenever they're and I'm sure that's not your only instance of having violence extracted against you, but
Mm-mm.
do you ever come across anybody who you actually pictured they could control that and they were just acting out in that certain way?
Oh, yes.
Can you
But
give
they learn real fast, not with me.
can you give me a little rundown on one of those instances if you have one in mind?
I had a very mean man. And the scenario was he was making demands and he was being very, very ugly about it. Well, my PA, very, very pregnant PA,
Oh boy.
come in the room to try to mediate and talk to him, and he started um, being very ugly to her. And I looked at him and I said, "No, sir, you're not going to talk to my PA that way." And I even told his guard, I said, "Shame on you for allowing it. I don't know who you think you are, but this is my house. You are not going to act like that. If you want my help, you're going to treat us with respect."
Right
And I
on.
walked out.
Okay. Okay. I
Because
mean
I
that's
was, but I've made it very clear that I was there to help. I'm not the enemy. I'm there to help you. But you get good when you give good. But if you're gonna be ugly and hateful, no, no, sir, I'm not the one. When you can talk to me like a human being, and you've got all your faculties and all your scruples about you, but you just want to be ugly? No, I don't have time for you. Call me when you're
Absolutely.
ready to talk to me like a human. In the
Absolutely.
meantime, I'm going to go help the people that want my help.
It's a real good way to put it. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times, that's what we talk about. Sometimes, people you know, they put out more effort when they're being treated, like a human, or even one step under being a human. That's usually what most people ask for. Just
Yeah.
don't throw stuff at us, don't hit us,
Right.
but at the same time, like you can be understanding to a certain degree, but eventually you got to put that foot down.
Well, I had one just yesterday who was amazing, and whenever I gave report, I told my oncoming, I said, "This patient you're getting from me is why we are nurses. Enjoy this moment." Because he was an amazing, amazing human.
Right
He was
on.
a 35-year Army veteran. He just had a little issue with his heart, and we just had to fix him. That's it. He was there for 24 hours. He had a 24-hour turnaround, and
Okay.
he was so grateful and so kind.
Yeah.
That is why it's moments like those you take away from your career that make you do what you do. And then there are moments when you meet families that touch your heart, and you just absolutely fall in love with them, even if it's just for 2 days. And that's why you do what you do. And then you don't. Then the mean people aren't so significant to you. You know what I mean? It's easier to replace the ugly with the good when you meet people that are just amazing and that want you to be there.
I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real good way to put that. And now, so obviously you're seeing more good people than bad, and that may also be from the way you approach people.
Yeah.
You seem
I
like.
got told.
Go
I
ahead.
got told when I walk in the room, I command the room. And I'm like, what? Not me. They're like, oh, yes. Yes, you do. You command the room. I'm like, no, no. But they're like, yeah, you do. So I guess that's my aura.
And there,
I'm a no nonsense but friendly person. I'm a take charge type of person, but in a kind way.
there's nothing wrong with
And
that.
yeah, I didn't realize I did that. But my new nurses, my residents, they're the ones that are telling me. They're like, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I'm like, be careful what you wish for.
And
But thank you.
I hear that, about good nurses. Good nurses make other people want to be nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
good LPNs make other people want to be good RNs. Like it's something that makes them want to grow and expand. I see that all the time. Like people want to be who they're being mentored by.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's fantastic. Uh, if you could put a finger on something that you would like to change about the way your job works, the system that you're in works, what would that be?
As a patient or as an employee?
Uh, as an employee, and then we'll go into what like clients would have to deal with.
As an employee, I'm going to tell you we're underpaid. For what we deal with, we're underpaid.
Okay,
Nationwide, we're underpaid. Every healthcare worker's underpaid. I don't care what their title is, we're all underpaid.
I think I can
At
agree
this,
with that.
and if I could change that, I would.
Okay.
Um, the there's so many political jargon and garbage
Mhm.
that comes along with having a nursing license, and you have to be so careful. I am fortunate that I have a manager that has my back. She has everybody that she manages,
Uh-huh.
she has their back. So I don't ever have to worry about getting thrown under the bus for anything. Like say a family has a complaint, and they go to patient relations.
Mhm.
She will question me and she will hear my side of the story, but I'm not accused of anything.
Right.
I think that needs to be a standard culture for everybody across the board.
Okay.
I'm just very fortunate.
Absolutely. Do you ever feel? like staffing is an issue, or as in like understaffing, or do you feel like where you're at, they've got that pretty well sussed out?
I think the numbers make us feel short because they have got a I don't want it's not there's a certain word for it. I'm not in management, so I can't tell you the exact words, but I'm
Mhm.
going to use the word quota, for example.
Mhm.
They've got this certain amount of nurse per patient number that they have to meet, and if not, they're in the red. I don't think the red should exist.
You're not the first person I've heard say that either.
I think if if I only have 3 patients that day, but I can have 4, and then so do my other 3 nurses I'm working with, you know what? That's great because those 3 patients are getting the best care ever.
Absolutely.
Because you can throw in a 4th one, and that could change your whole dynamic of your care for the other 3.
Absolutely.
It, but because you only have um, say you've got 16 patients on the or no, you've got 12 patients on the unit,
Mhm.
you've got 4 nurses, you can still admit some, but you're still overstaffed. So they send somebody home. So then your workload becomes heavier. And I don't think there should be a red. I don't think there should be a red. I get it. It's about money. I do. I've been on the management side of it. It is about money. You got to make money to keep the doors open.
Yes, indeed.
But I think the red should be outlawed.
Okay. That absolutely answers that question. From the client standpoint, uh, what would you change? Well, I mean, that's kind of part. That's that red line is kind of part of the client issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
As in the care uh, with, say, your fellow staffers. Is there anything you would change about the way that interaction is done?
The care with my fellow staffers.
Yes, the way they're put in, as in not necessarily your other RNs, say your fellow LPNs or
Mm-hmm.
your uh,
Well, sometimes they'll
CNAs.
send. Say we have 12 patients,
Mhm.
so they send RNs home, or no, they'll send a PCT home, a CNA. They'll send a CNA home, and then they'll make me have total care of 2 of my patients. Total cares.
Okay.
Or they'll have one PCT. Yeah, they'll have one PCT, and these people can be heavy, heavy, heavy. And I don't mean just with their diagnosis, but I'm talking every way, shape, or form heavy.
Yes, indeed.
And but they don't look at that. They don't look at the acuity of it. They're looking at a number. And so then I next thing you know, I'm doing total care for my entire team because the one tech that's on the floor is swamped because she's got 4 people down here on the other end of the building that require 2 people at all times because they're that heavy.
Have you ever suffered
So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
have I ever suffered a what?
I was going to ask you, have you ever suffered an injury from having to move
No.
someone by yourself? Okay.
No,
I'm
I'm
glad to
smart.
hear
I got one
that.
back. I gotta take care of it.
That's one of those that, that can happen as well, but
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, when you've got, one person and, uh, they're not capable of, lifting the heavy of heavy,
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely something
I'm
that.
fortunate. I'm fortunate that we've got equipment
Mhm.
at our fingertips to help us with the really heavy ones.
Yes.
So that's very, very fortunate for us.
Okay.
But if you still, even so, if you're not careful, you could still hurt yourself even using the equipment. So
Absolutely. Or, drop somebody, or,
mm-hmm.
I can see that
Yeah.
from every angle there, Kathy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so you say you've never had any injuries or anything. Have you ever witnessed anybody get an injury from having to deal with something by themselves?
No.
No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about have you ever had anybody have to deal with someone on their own who was having an episode like a psychotic episode or anything like that?
No, because I step in.
I was
I
gonna
would
say,
never
or
do that.
including yourself.
I step in. So if I'm on the floor and I see it or I hear it, I'm there. So
Okay.
nobody has to deal with nobody has to drown if I'm there, or get in any kind of situation if I'm there, and they all know that.
Okay.
So no, nobody has to. Now there's times when I felt like I was drowning,
Give us a little bit
but
of
that's a different story.
go into that a little bit about some of the give us one of the times that you went in and you felt like you were just overwhelmed for that day.
Well, when you've got oh, let's see, you've got oh gosh, I could tell some stories. You've got a patient who is 450 pounds. Everything is F you, F this, F that, throwing things at you. They're also an Accu-Check. They also get IV medications. You're titrating their drugs. Then you've got the 90-pound-year-old man over across the hall who's doing the same thing. The only lucky part is he's only 90 pounds, but he's got a mean right hook and a mean foot, too, that'll get you right in the ribs.
Absolutely.
So you've got that one. Then you turn around and you get your big belly patients from your big belly surgeon who makes all these expectations, and you do not want to disappoint him, because I am my own worst critic. So then you've got 3 drains, you've got a chest tube, plus you've got a wound vac, and you've got an on-cue ball, plus you've got an NG tube. So and then you've got your tech who is the only one on the floor, or you've got a tech that's less than stellar, but fortunately they're weeding those out. So you end up doing all the work yourself anyway. So you feel like you're drowning. And that's just with 3 patients.
Okay.
So you throw in another one who has a very cranky family member who you cannot please. It has nothing to do with the patient. It's all about the family. Then they think that they're the patient too. They don't move their feet out of the way. They're all reclined, so you can't even get to the computer. So you feel like an Olympic athlete just to get to the computer so you can scan the patient and scan the meds. Then you have to say, I'm sorry, I'm putting my butt in your face because I have to boost my patient. They don't move. These are all true stories recently.
Oh, absolutely.